Nigeria is not happening in other countries. Like China, the way we think is not the way they think. They think of creating jobs. And if we individually we create jobs, we know that there will be job for everybody. And I want to join hands with the federal government as my plan, to join hands with the federal government to create more jobs for the youth. That is my vision to my business.
For people. Am I talking? There are not too many jobs. So the earlier you start thinking of how you'll be on your own, the better for us. Rakufre, are you ready for the session? We welcome you.
Greatest Christian youth.
Great.
Greatest Christian youth.
Great.
Now they fear to talk great. See, we don't finish for the other one where they talk Bible more. This time around is business. And some of you, why is this guy going to the pulpit with Zobo? You know I like this Zobo. In fact, for the past 15 years, I've not tested Zobo. That was when I was in Delta State, when they said that Zobo was killing people that time. I don't know if any of you heard the news then. Since then, I've not been drinking Zobo. And not that I don't like the look of Zobo, but the way they package it. I will see it inside Fanta bottle, see it inside Coke, see it inside Mirinda. But today, coming to church, I see it in a well-packed bottle. And in fact, I said, I'm going to break that record and I'm going to drink Zobo again. So I want to thank the church for making it look better for people to drink. And I believe maybe next time we gather like this, we'll see Nasalepel Church of Christ, Rumokrushi. Would it be a crime? Yeah, we're in a business class. And just as the moderator have said, my name is Kufre Ibama Francis, and we are going to see how we can grow ourselves, how we can become boss and bosses of our own. You know, when you go to work, you spend like 8 hours working for someone. But if you are on your own, if you spend that 8 hours for yourself, you know that
there's a concept for everything. And the youth of nowadays, they look at two things. When they go to school, they either think of oil money. They either think of oil money or they think of what? Blood money. But what I want to present to you guys today, I want to also present to you how to make blood and oil money, and it is in catfish production. Do we have blood in catfish? Is there blood? Is there oil? Therefore, we have blood and oil in catfish, and we are going to talk about how to make blood money and oil money in catfish. And I want to thank the church for giving me this opportunity, and I saw the flyers, or yes.
Before we continue, please look below this video and click on the subscribe button once until the notification buttons appear. Once it appears, also click on the notification button. This is for you to be notified whenever we bring you new video. Don't also forget to click on the like button until it changes to blue while you share this video with your friends and loved ones. Let's continue.
Fish farming, but thank God the church did not make it known, because my own private training will be coming up soon by January. So by then, I think this what we'll be receiving free today, so many people will be paying for it. So if you should check at the screen there, it says catfish farming by Fish Academy. That's a Fish Academy. That is my YouTube name. If you are on YouTube, you can check your YouTube. We'll be taking some things from there. You can open your phone and go to internet, on your internet, and you see the Fish Academy. And if you want to learn more on fish farming, things I will not say here, you may, or you can learn it, grow fish successfully. And in an introduction, I have it here that catfish, group of rare fin fish for commercial purpose, catfish farming. And so many people who have gone into fish farming and they have not succeeded. So many people, when they hear of the feeding of fish and so many things, they said, no, I can't go into fish farming. When they hear of space and the cost of production, they said they can't go into fish farming. But what I'm going to be discussing with you today, you know that you can go into fish farming, even as an under 20. I want to give you this life story. When I was in secondary school, my JS2, I already had plans. My plan was not to work for anybody. Not to work for anybody. You know why? I like moving up and down. I like traveling. So if I should work for someone will just tie me down somewhere and I'll be begging, please sir, please, I want to travel for 2 days. And they will tell me, you know, the other week you travel, you can't travel this week again. And I said no, I don't want to work for anybody, and I plan towards that. Actually, I didn't know that what I'll be doing would be maybe fish farming. I didn't know as of then, JS2, I didn't know. But I had it in plan that I don't want to work for anybody. In this, I can say there are two persons that used to go to school. Two groups of people attend school. One that says, once I graduate, I'll be roaming about the street, carrying brown envelope and looking for a job. That is different group of people. And another group of persons think, once I graduate from school, I will create job for myself. Please, if I should ask as a question, after graduation, who will make it first? Who? The other one. The other one that had plans and said that once he graduates, that he will create job and employ people. We employ the other person that says that he will be going about with what? Brown envelope, looking for job. That the other person will be the one to employ. What I'm trying to say is I'm trying to change our mindset, because what is happening in Nigeria is not happening in other countries. Like China, the way we think is not the way they think. They think of creating jobs. And if we individually we create jobs, we'll know that there will be job for everybody. And I want to join hands with the federal government as my plan, to join hands with the federal government to create more jobs for the youth. That is my vision in my business. So that was by the way. So in the highlight, second slide, we have here railing of fries to table size. Railing of fries to table size. Don't forget, we are talking about catfish. Catfish. Railing of fries to table size. I think that is the second slide. Before we are going into that, before you set up your fish farm, what you need to do, you know, when you're talking about fish, what should come to your mind? Water. What did I say? When you're talking about fish, what should come to your mind? Water. Because fish, they live in the water, just as you are living on land, fish live in water. So if you're talking about fish farming, the next thing that should come to your mind should be water. Where will be my source of water? Do I have a swampy area where I will dig maybe 18 pond, or do I have a river nearby where I will be pumping water into my pond, or do I have a borehole where I'll be pumping water from? So that is the most important thing you have to consider when talking about, we talk about the site or the area. You might, there are in some places, maybe in Delta State, I once stayed in Delta, and they said that Delta people, they don't eat without, even if there's no meat inside that soup or anything, there should be what? There should be fish. There's fish everywhere, almost everywhere there. So, siting of business, you have to know the place in which you are siting business. Like in River State here, catfish farming is a good business in this part of the country, because one, the population, and they don't have much fish. If you go to the market, most of the fish you are going to see, dry fish I'm talking about now, most of the dry fish you are going to see is catfish, and they didn't catch it from the river. is from the pond. I know of a man that buy over 1,000 kg of fish every day to dry. Are we together? Which means there is money in fish farming. So range of fries to table size, at all level, fish is marketable at all level. When you grow your fish, for example, you hatch your fish, you maybe at first 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you can start selling your fish. You can sell it at 3 weeks, you can sell it at 4 weeks, at 1 month, at 2 months, 3 months, at 4 months, at 6 months, at 1 year, 6 months, you can sell your fish, which means at all stages, our fishes are marketable. So that is not a problem. You say, how will I grow my fish for 6 months? I know so many questions will come as we proceed. So how to select site for fish farming? I've talked about the most important thing, there is water. Then how to select site for fish farming? I've discussed maybe in an area where there are a lot of fish, people don't eat this type of fish. Maybe, for example, now if it's in Port Harcourt here, if you notice that people don't eat catfish in Port Harcourt, is there any need of starting fish farm business here? Any need? There will be no need, because who will buy? Nobody. So which means you'll just be training and be eating it yourself. So you have to locate an environment where people eat fish, where they take that fish as their most delicious type of fish. And then you look at the site. Talking about site location now, must be in a swampy area or in a dry place like this. But if it's in a dry place like this, then there must be source of water. Either you drill borehole. So you may have an empty land somewhere. Maybe your father, anybody have huge investment. They can have glass pond, transparent, where they see through. So they are glass pond also. So exit pond. These are the ones you take. Maybe you bring the egg out. Maybe these ones are usually done in a swampy area. Or for example, now if it's a dry place like this, you take your egg pond and you pump in water inside. Maybe before you wake up in the following morning, the water has dried up and your fish will do what? Fish will die. So if you are digging an egg pond, then you have to be in a swampy area where underground water can be moving continuously, and we're in a place where there's a waterlogged area. And then talking about concrete pond is the one they use brick or cement to construct. Either you cast it from the floor or you use blocks, bricks to raise it up, and you plaster it very well. It can either be beneath, like a soccer wear, or up, you build it up, but it must be well constructed. So that is concrete pond. Then we have the tarpaulin pond. The use of tarpaulin, you can use your tarpaulin as a pond. At times it used to be expensive, but if you use your tarpaulin pond is movable, is mobile. In other words, maybe you are staying in someone's compound and you just beg your landlord, please, I want to do fish farming here, please give me this space, and your landlord gives you that space. And at the end of the day, you want to pack out from that compound, you can move with your tarpaulin pond to where you wish to place it again. That is the important advantage of tarpaulin pond. But the disadvantage is that fish don't grow fast. They don't grow faster inside tarpaulin pond. And water correction used to be very, very difficult. Although we're going to talk about water pH, but let me just, because I'm talking about pond now, if you're in this area like this, the type of water we have, water in our environment, are acidic water. And when going to fish farming, you have to consider your type of water too, if it's acidic or alkaline in nature. And then if it's acidic, tarpaulin pond cannot correct the acidity of water. But if you are using concrete pond, your concrete pond can correct the acidity because it's concrete like cement, and it's like alkaline in nature. So when you pump in your water, it helps in correcting your water pH. In other words, that pH is very, very paramount here. If you're using a concrete pond or concrete tank as your reservoir, you will not have issues when you are trying to hatch your fish. And also talking about
eating porn, and know what? Consume it. Very, very bad. That's what is happening in Nigeria. We don't allow fish to grow.
And you got breeding, when you talk about breeding, the thing you need to consider is the hatchery. When you hatch your fish, it's called hatchery. It can either be for bed, or some people use the hatch fish eggs. That place is also called hatch, but for fish it's also known as hatchery. Hatchery for fish, the water need to be warm. When you hatch your fish, at least you need to have up to like 27 degrees Celsius of water, or 29. That is if you are hatching your fish. And that is when your fish will come up. If the water is acidic, all the eggs will go back and nothing will come out. But if the water is okay, your fish will come out. So when you're constructing your hatchery, you ensure you cover it up in order for the place to be warm. It's always advisable for the place to be dark. So you use your either black polythene or tarpaulin to cover up the entire place in order for the place to be dark. That's for hatchery. If you want to hatch, if you want to learn more, you can. There are more to it. It's not. I don't believe in theory anyway. I believe in practicals. All these things are things that I do, and I believe maybe for some of you that want to go into fish farming, when the training comes up by January, the practical aspect will learn more. This is just tip of that. So, how to produce fish feed? For those I don't know, is there any of us here that have maybe fish anywhere close to our houses? Any of us, any fish farmer here? No. I believe maybe at the end of today, some people will now program their mind to go into fish farming. After school, as I said, I never think of what I was thinking of after before I graduated. In my history, I was thinking of being on my own. Before I graduated, I was thinking of poultry. But after graduation, after I graduated, I didn't think of poultry again. I said, what would I do? Talk about the land is there. In poultry, at times you go into poultry, and at the end of the day, you lost all your beds. I checked all this risk and every other thing, and the space, the construction, and every other thing. I now decide I want to go into fish farming. That was how I went into fish farming. Then how to produce your fish feed. I said if you want to make more money in fish farming, you need to learn how to produce your fish feed. And things we use in producing fish feed, we have the soya beans. And what fish need most to grow is protein. What did I say? They need protein most to grow. So in most of the fish bag, what you see there crude protein, so percent, crude protein, so percent. Most of the times, they just write it in order for you to do what? In order for you to buy. But the protein there is not much. They just put flour, put everything, then they just write it. Do you have instrument to test if the protein is up to 48%? You don't have it. So in order for you to produce your own fish food, you know things that are proteinous, that are available in the market. Just like the soya beans, we have the blood. You go to our abattoir, you get your blood, and every other thing you prepare it. You get a high protein feed. You feed your fish, and your fish will grow faster than even the store they mix for you and call fish food. Although we still make use of it, especially when the fish are very, very little, you cannot produce that one. You have to buy the foreign feed. That's when you are hatching your fish. And then how to process. As I said earlier, in River State here, most of the dried fish you see in the market is catfish. 60%, in fact, if not 80% of the catfish you see in the market is catfish. When you go home, look at it very well. If I'm saying the truth or I'm lying. And who are the people drying this fish? Most of the people drying this fish are the outsiders. These are the people that buy fish most here in River State that I know. They buy in large quantity, they dry it, export it, and they also sell somewhere. So you can even grow a bigger farm and also start exporting your fish. There's someone I work for in Lagos. The man said that he wants to grow a farm where he will be exporting fish. He's not exporting fresh fish, but exporting dry fish. Because most of the fish we are eating here, like me, It's been a while now. I don't eat ice fish again. This one they import. I don't eat it again. You know why? If there is fresh fish available, why should I be eating fish that has been stored with chemical? These chemicals, they are not good for you. They store it and the fish will stay for like 3 months before getting to Nigeria. At the end of the day, we buy it, we eat it, and after some years, you hear people talking about cancer, talking about some various ailments. We don't have hospitals in Nigeria to treat most of the diseases we take into our system. At the end of the day, they say someone is dead. So we should try to eat fresh fish. It is not at times expensive. You try. It's very good if you use it to prepare your stew. I don't know if people have been eating stew with catfish. You use catfish to prepare your stew, you'll like it. You use it to prepare your soup, you will like it. Anything you use fresh catfish to prepare, you will like it. How to process, smoke, and dry. The people that smoke fish, maybe some of us here know how to smoke. Then how to dry is different from how to smoke. There's a difference between smoked fish and dry fish. The dry fish is the one that all the entire liquid has been extracted and you have it very, very dry. And that is the dry fish. And the smoked fish is the one maybe it's just to turn the color into brown and maybe to preserve it for some days. Smoked fish lasts longer, dry fish lasts longer than smoked fish. So if you dry you can export your your dry fish, but smoked fish you can hardly export it because it might get spoiled along the line. So to dry your catfish, all you need to do, hello? I'm sorry if the session is very, very boring. I just want you to rethink how to make money, because this is the oil and gas that is happening now. I don't know if people are aware. So many people are into fish farming. If you go to where they sell fish food, and you see the type of people that come to buy fish food, some of them with very clean cars, you say, so this man is into fish farming. You'll be surprised. Just take one day, go to where they sell fish food. You'll know the type of people that are into fish farming. So how to smoke your fish, how to dry your fish. All you need to do is just to tear the tummy after you've heated the head. Then you tear the tummy, you rub it with your red oil and salt, then you dry it. It takes a time. You can use your charcoal oven or gas oven to dry it. That is by the way. Then rain of the catfish, we have the fingerlings, we have the fries, we have the fingerlings, we have the post fingerlings, we have the juvenile, the jumbo, the table size. The fries and the fish, after ashing, we call those small things like sand. They are always like sand. Some of you have not seen it before. They're always like sand when they come out. Those are the ones that are called fries. They are fries, and when they grow to your finger level, they call it fingerlings. From the word finger, they get it fingerlings because they're up to finger size. And we have post fingerlings. Fingerlings, some people sell it for 15, it depends, then the farm. Naira. Then we have the table size fingerlings. It's not good. Then point to consider. I've talked about the topography. You have to have where you discharge your water into, because in an environment like this, some people grow fat catfish. At the end of the day, they don't have to. Some people dig sockaway, they discharge the water into sockaway, and at the end of the day, the sockaway fill up. So you have to check: is there any gutter nearby, or is it a bush where I can discharge water? So I believe I've discussed on the other points before, being security, nearness to market, access road. There should be access road to your farm, and power. When it's talking about power, I think I didn't talk about that. If you are into a concrete tank or tarpaulin, then you need power. You need power. When I say power, I mean electricity to do this, because for you to pump your water, you need electricity. That is your standby generator or your national grid like this. So this is very, very important. Then pond construction was Kakaban.
Kakaban is a net where they place the young fish with the after spawning.
You say?
Cataban is where they place the fish that they spawn.
Okay, the fish or the eggs. Which one? The fish or the eggs? Okay, that is a kakaban. Kakaban is anything that provides that is like a thing that eggs stick to in order for it to hatch. That is what is known as kakaban. Then preparation of kakaban, because the eggs, as I said, they're always very tiny, and when you hatch, when you spawn, at times you have up to 40,000 eggs to 50,000 eggs. You need to spray these eggs, and what we use to prepare kakaban is net. This is your GMP net, the one they use in Windows. You prepare it using PVC. This is a normal pipe. Then with your PVC gum, you ensure it's well stretched, well tensioned, and you put it inside the water. You do everything, and that is where the eggs are being spread. But to hatch, sorry, I didn't talk about that. To hatch, you need a male fish and you need a female fish, and it's not always natural. It's not the natural way. Hello? I said it's not always the natural way. The male fish has always been dying for love. The male fish has always been dying in order to have more fish. In other words, there is something inside the male fish that is called milt, M-I-L-T. Something inside the catfish, like in man, we say sperm sac and all those stuff. That is inside the catfish. For you to hatch your fish, you tear the male catfish, and the male catfish must be up to maybe a year old, a year plus. You tear it, you see the whitish in nature, you remove it. After you've removed that, you keep it. But before you hear, you took, some people say, how do I identify a male fish and a female fish? Just like a boy and girl, man and woman. That is how we identify male and female fish. So once you have identified the female fish and you've pressed the egg, before you test to see if it has quality eggs, you press it out. If the eggs are white, you just try, before you even inject the fish, you press it, you press the tummy, you turn it down upside down, you press the tummy. Then if the eggs are somehow whitish, you know that that egg cannot hatch. But if the egg is green or brown in nature, then you know that the eggs are mature. Then once you've gotten the fish, you get your spawning hormones. You go to where they sell fish stuff, you get your spawning hormones, and you use it to inject the female fish. Note, they don't inject the male fish. All that they inject is just the female fish. If the fish is about maybe 3 kg, you inject the fish with maybe 3 ml, 1.5 ml or 2 ml. Then you leave the female fish for the period of 8 hours. Although it depends on the temperature, the water temperature. If the temperature is up to maybe 29 degrees Celsius, it might stay for 8 hours. If it is below maybe 25, 24, the lower the temperature, then the higher the female fish will stay before being ready for spawning. And once you inject the fish, either by the head side or along the tail line, you inject it, you leave it around that time. Once the fish is ready, you will see the eggs coming out on its own. Once the female fish is ready, then what you do next is to take out the fish, the female fish. Before you take the female fish, when you pressed out the eggs, you notice blood coming out from the female fish. Once you start seeing blood, then you have to stop pressing the female fish. Then the next thing you do is for you to take up the milt. Then use your clean razor, your new razor, you tear the milt, then you pour it inside the bowl, you shake it, either use your plastic spoon to stir it, and also wash the milt with your normal saline water, you pour it inside in order to energize the eggs. Then immediately, it takes 60 seconds, that is 1 minute, for
fish egg to be fertilized in that process. And you have to be very, very fast about it, because if you're not fast about it, the eggs will cake. And once it cakes, nothing will happen again. So within that 1 minute, you take it to where your hatchery is and you spread it on the kakaba. So selection of broodstock, I've already said that. Spawning, I've discussed that. Fish feed production, I've discussed that. Processing, smoking and drying, I have discussed that. So I want to thank you, the church, for giving me this opportunity to talk to you on fish farming. And as I said earlier, if you want to learn more about fish farming, you go on YouTube and search Fish Academy, and you watch over 120 videos on fish farming as posted by me. And there will be a training that will be coming up soon by January 26th along with Modara. So we should prepare our mind, and it will be a practical training, not the theoretical class or the theory class we are having today. Thank you very much, and may God bless each and every one of you.
Thank you very much, Brother Kufre.